Okay, hi everybody. I'm Allison Hagerman. I'm a faculty research support officer. And as Vanessa mentioned, my colleague Monica Fischel is also here. She's another faculty research support officer. And I guess I'll go ahead and get started with the first slide here. And you'll have to forgive me, I'm kind of new to the Prezi format. But we're going to be, I'll hit you up with the first acronyms of the day. So Faculty Research Support Services is a unit of the Office of the Vice President for Research, otherwise known as OVPR. And our role is to assist faculty, staff, and students in their efforts to obtain external funding. So the members of our unit are Faculty Research Support Officers, otherwise known as FRSOs. So you'll hear OVPR, FRSOs, among other acronyms as we proceed through this material. So that's us. And then, okay, so the mission of our unit, again, of the Faculty Research Support Services, and I don't know if you all can you all see this probably in the back? Probably.
The lights real fast.
Okay. So our mission is to facilitate new areas of research focus.
Do you want to dim the lights?
Oh,
Someone
sure.
just from the back said
Yeah,
that.
thanks.
I think Lauren's good.
Maybe it's over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little candlelight ambiance. Okay. So our mission is to facilitate new areas of research focus, new initiatives that link faculty and their research to external partners, both on a global and a local scale, and to provide support for a diverse research environment that encourages the efforts of faculty from all disciplines in an increasingly complex funding environment. So our model, the model of our unit is that of a consultancy. You are not required to work with us. We're not a regulatory unit. We provide support at your request. So we're not proposal reviewers. We're not there to review your proposal. We're here to support you and offer guidance through the proposal development and submission process. So we give you support on an as-needed basis at your request at the level that you request. And we work, this is cut off a little bit, but we work closely with the Associate Deans for Research in the various schools and colleges in order to keep the lines of communication open between individual researchers, their faculty leadership and staff administration, and the Office of the Vice President for Research. So here are the areas that we can offer assistance in. These are the kinds of things that we do. We can help in finding appropriate funding sources, which include solicitation and guideline interpretation, as well as assessing sponsors' funding priorities and eligibility criteria. We can also assist in proposal development and preparation, and this includes helping you draft your budget. We can also assist in navigating UNM's proposal process because there are numerous approvals that your proposal will have to go to before it gets reviewed over in the Office of Sponsored Projects. We can also assist in planning, coordinating, and supporting large and complex proposal efforts requiring numerous partnerships and multidisciplinary collaboration. So partnerships both internal to the campus and external. So here's where we fit into the picture in terms of your process and where you are in obtaining funding. So if you have an idea for which you need external funding or partnerships and you'd like to discuss your idea and next steps for finding funding, we can assist with that. We can help you with your prospect research. Or if you've already targeted a funding opportunity, have an upcoming deadline, and you'd like assistance with proposal development and the submission process, we can assist you there as well. And in terms of how we fit into the bigger picture here at UNM with OVPR as kind of branch administrative offices, so we are here, we're the Faculty Research Support Services unit, and what we do is assist you with finding funding, proposal development, and navigating the proposal submission process. And then from there, the Office of Sponsored Projects comes in, and they will review your proposal for compliance with the sponsor guidelines and institutional policy, and then they submit it directly to the sponsor. And a little bit later, and you'll be hearing from both of these units in the training today, contract and grant accounting provides support in managing the overall components of award administration, including the financial reporting, compliance, and adherence to regulatory guidance issues. And I should also say that you all are welcome to ask questions. We might wait till the end of the presentation and then do Q&A sort of jointly with both Monica and I up here. So most people start out looking for funding. And so I'll just introduce a couple of the tools we have here at UNM and can assist you with. Pivot.com is now on full screen press. So just ignore that. Okay, so we'll talk about Pivot first. The Pivot database contains pre-populated scholar profiles from the Community of Science database for faculty at UNM and matches them to current federal and non-federal funding opportunities with upcoming or anticipated deadlines. So Pivot is driven by upcoming deadlines. You can log into Pivot to manage your account and update your profile. You can also search for funding opportunities and potential research collaborators doing a keyword search. And you can see collaborators that are within the Community of Science database, both internal and external to UNM. So you won't just see researchers here at UNM, you'll see researchers at external institutions. You can choose to receive alerts when new opportunities are posted that will match your saved searches, so there is an alert service. And again, FRSOs can assist you with setting up your Pivot account and also with updating your profile so that your searches can be more targeted and more relevant to the work that you're doing. Another resource is the Foundation Directory online. And let me see if I can get this to zoom in. So the Foundation Directory online, or the FDO, will provide profiles of private nonprofit sponsors. And you can access the database via the UNM Library's webpage. If you know how to get to the databases provided by the library, you can go to that page. The link is here, and I don't know, Vanessa, will folks be able to, is this a hot link? Can they access this through the presentation? Okay. So you can access this, and again, I think you have to be on campus or have a UNM IP address in order to get the full, the professional suite of the FDO. And you can use this, I think this will zoom, maybe not. You can use the FDO to find funding outside of the traditional government funding programs. So often private sponsors have a letter of intent process, or they have a rolling deadline, or they have an invitation-only process, and these opportunities may not show up in Pivot because they're not posting upcoming deadlines. So in those cases, you can use the FDO, and if you find a sponsor via the FDO that you think might be interested in funding your idea, you want to be sure to contact one of the FRSOs because some sponsors require an approach via the UNM Foundation as opposed to the Regents of the University of New Mexico. So the UNM Foundation is the 501c3 branch of UNM. And an FRSO can help you determine the appropriate next steps in terms of how to contact the foundation and then manage that approach. And then, of course, the UNM Foundation, they also provide resources to assist faculty in finding funding from private and corporate sponsors. This funding might be structured as a grant with a restricted budget with reporting requirements. Those are like traditional grants that you see on the government side, or as a gift, which can be more loosely structured with terms and conditions that are dictated by the sponsor. The UNM Foundation does have a project planning worksheet that can be submitted to Betsy Till, who's the Director of Corporate and Foundation Relations. And both Monica and I can assist folks with accessing those project planning worksheets and filling those out. So that's those are some of the prospect research tools. And I'm going to turn it over to Monica now to talk about the limited competitions process that we have here at UNM.
So the limited competitions process is a process we use when a sponsor limits the number of proposals that you can submit to an opportunity, that the university can submit. So for instance, there are like the NSF major research instrumentation grants is one good example where we are limited to the number that we can submit. So what we have to do is we want to avoid multiple submissions because we don't want anyone getting disqualified because we have too many proposals in the queue at NSF. And we have a little flow chart on our website, and you can't see it here, but you can go to our website and take a look at it if you want to know the overview of the limited competitions process. And we have a faculty committee who actually reviews those pre-proposals that we've collected, and they are the ones that make the decision on which proposal or proposals can go forward. And on our website, we actually list those limited competition calls. And so you can go there, you can find the call letters and the criteria and our deadline, internal deadline for collecting those pre-proposals. And we also list who was the selected submitter as well. So if you're interested in, you submitted and you would like to know who actually got it because you didn't, well, you can take a look and you'll see. Okay. This is, so we can also, so after you've used all of these tools, you found an opportunity that you want to submit to, you can meet with FRSOs to further discuss like the guidelines, the RFP, if you have questions about the solicitation. We can help you with the UNM policies and procedures as well as the federal guidelines, and those changed recently. And so they've kind of put them all together in what they call a uniform guidance. So that might be important to work with one of us if you have any questions on that, so we can help guide you. We can also help you understand what are the necessary components for getting your proposal submitted complete so that the folks over at OSP can have a quick, easy review and hopefully limited number of questions for you. And we can help you with a timeline. If you need to kind of figure out when you need to submit a proposal in order to get it to OSP so that way they have the optimum number of days to review it, we can help you with that. And also with if you need letters of institutional commitment, or if you need letters like from the OVPR or from your chair, we can help you and guide you through that process and let you know who you need to contact to get those signatures. We also, the big thing I get asked for a lot is to help with budget development, so we can do that. And then we can also help you get your proposal entered into the UNM Caillou system, which is used for obtaining the internal approvals for UNM, and to get that routed so that the OSP people can do their review. And then we have just a few more things to help you navigate the process. We also have a proposal development and award guide that the FRSOs have worked with all the various departments, the Office of Sponsored Projects, Contracts and Grant Accounting, the folks over at Export Control. We've gathered all this data in one place. It's kind of an overview A to Z to help you in the process. So let's say you're not sure if you want to call an FRSO yet, or it happens to be Saturday at 9 p.m. You can go to our proposal development and award guide and hopefully find some answers there. And it includes a link to UNM policies and the federal uniform guidance. And so it explains various components and institutional rates, things like that.
And that's available through the Vice President for Research?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so preparing and submitting your first proposal, as everyone knows, can be an adventure, if you will. And we're here to help you navigate that process. So it doesn't have to be so intimidating. And your first go around is always going to be, as usual, kind of the roughest go around. And we're here to help you. So don't feel like you have to be in the woods, in the dark by yourself. So we'll help you out with that. And we can also give you an idea of the big picture, what to expect from the process. So when you submit a proposal, approximately how long does it take for me to hear back from the sponsor? And after that, when the award is set up, when can I start spending? We can kind of help guide you and help you obtain those types of answers. And so we're also here to help you identify your departmental resources, because some departments on campus already have in-house staff to help you. And so feel free to contact us, even if you don't know if your department has a person like that, if you'd like to find out, because typically we tend to know who's got assistance and we can help guide you in that direction too. And often we work with them to, if they're busy, for instance, or they need a little support, we can help step in and fill in those gaps too. And so we work with you to build your awareness of institutional practices and policies, as well as trust and confidence in the process is what we want to bring to the table. Are there any questions?
If you have any questions, there's a mic right by the door, so you can stand over there, set with a camera if you want your question.
Okay. And You can always email us or give us a phone call.
We have our cards up here on the table.
Yep. I'll turn it over to you, Vanessa.